what's going on? Just letting all those notifications go out. Thank you for joining. For some reason I can't get this chat pop-up to work. Oh well, oh well. We are just going to leave it there. Pop out chat. One more time. I see everyone in the chat. Ham 2.0, thank you very much. Andy, thank you. Adam, what is up? Try it one more time. Alright, that's not gonna work. Oh well. Evan, what is up? How y'all doing? Charlie, nice to see you. Let's turn down the volume. And here we go. Hey, what is going on? Welcome! I'm fresh out of Huntsville. Yes, I went skydiving. Yes, it was amazing. Yes, we're going to talk about it. But in the meantime, play that awesome intro video. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer. Hey, what is up, y'all? How's it going? And it is amazing to be back home. But just in case that you did not see what happened, I got a short clip. It's about 4 minutes. We're going to watch it together. We're going to comment it on together. So hang around and I'll see you in about a little bit. Oops, that wasn't the right one. Thank you to Skydiving Alabama. Their great and friendly staff is amazing. I highly recommend them. Also, thank you to everyone that came out to help me record this. I couldn't put this video together without them.
Weather update. Yeah, we're still waiting to jump. So weather update number 2. It seems we have a hurricane inbound. At least that's what it looks like. Yeah, let's hope this passes soon. I think your reprieve is over, buddy. I think it's time to go. What do you think, Steve? Is it go time?
It's go time, baby.
Yeah, I think it's go time. I think we're almost there.
It's a rainbow. Hopefully this will happen.
Is it getting real?
Yes.
We're doing this. It's time. We've waited long enough.
He's dragging me.
Look at that. I'm dragging him. All right, watch your head on the door. What do you think, Frank?
That was awesome!
Yeah, buddy! Have a good parachute over our head.
CQ, this is Tank Radio! Freefall! Yes, freefall, this is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet!
November 8, what's the deal for flight 59?
59, Mike for 59, great to hear you.
Papa Bravo Echo 59. Papa Bravo Echo 5959, thank you much for the contact.
Kilo Oscar 4.
Alpha Foxtrot Lima 59.
Alpha Foxtrot Lima 5959, thanks for the contact.
We'll CQ again.
CQ, this is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. Tank!
Radio! Captain Carlos, my man! Thank you.
You couldn't turn it down, could you, Tank?
CQ, then I'm 5-2. This is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet, calling CQ.
Parachute mobile.
Parachute mobile, 2,000 feet. Whoa! Yeah!
Tank!
Yeah! Woo!
13.5, 45 seconds of free fall, 270 seconds of canopy flight, average 134 miles an hour with a peak speed of 145.
Fastest tank.
I'm back on the ground! What was that? And finally, keto breaking candy bar! Keto breaking fry!
Yeah!
Keto breaking burger! Keto breaking Dr. Pepper! Keto breaking cinnamon roll! Keto breaking pizza! Keto breaking beans! Keto breaking pork butt! Keto breaking beer! Keto breaking brownie! Yeah! My audio, there it is. My audio's there. That what an amazing time that we had. And I'm just going to run through my things that I should have done at the top of the beginning here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I got Patreon and I got YouTube memberships. Buy Me a Beer is also active. And I don't have the transition ready. There it is. Gigaparts, it still has that 5% off. 5% off over there at Gigaparts. I am peeking a little bit. Let me drop that because I'm excited. I'm excited for all the guys we're about to bring on. Mike, you're supposed to be here. N8YO, where are you? But Gigaparts has that 5% off. Go ahead and enter Tank at checkout. And I still have challenge coins. Oh, where are they? Where are they? There they are. Challenge coins over for sale at the Grapevine Amateur Radio. And my podcast, audio podcast is still around. With that all being said, I am going to go ahead and unmute the guys in the back here, and we're unmuted there. And where is the Zoom gallery view? Pops, yes. What is up? How y'all doing?
What's up?
What's up, Frank?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I was muted for a little bit, and I found it like halfway through my spiel, so I had to just start over. I'm used to that.
It's okay. You know, your viewers are used to that as well. Don't worry.
Yes, we are.
Oh
Yes,
no.
We're used to. I mean, I'm used to it. How about that?
Uh-huh.
The only thing is we can't mute them when we're in person.
That one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, just throw him out of an airplane.
Put-
That's
I
put me in an
can.
airplane.
Yeah, you put a radio in his hand and he goes silent.
Mhm.
That was funny.
Well, it was so much going on. I just kind of like blanked a little bit. I was like, cool. And I started pushing buttons, and Carlos goes, call CQ. Come on, dummy. Oh, yes.
I don't have to learn this radio now. I can learn it when I'm on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Howdy there, Sam. How you doing? But man, what amazing year to build up to this event with you, Carlos. It was a year of keto, on and off keto. There was ups and there was downs, and I'm so glad I was able to lose all the weight to go ahead and do this with y'all. And well, probably mostly be the main event. Me, Tank Radio, you know. Yeah, I gotta shine, right?
Yes, sir. And shine you
Absolutely.
did.
Yes, yes. Well, I got quiet for a while.
Just for a minute.
Well, that first free fall is overwhelming. It
Mhm.
really just like people do not understand how overwhelming that first free fall is. And your brain is just like, oh my God, it's amazing. Oh my God, how do I make it stop?
Mhm,
It's
mhm,
at the same time, right?
What did I
Mhm.
just do?
mhm. I'm not gonna lie. So I was at that edge, and I slowed the video down because that was pretty much my thought process as we were going back and forth. And Carlos, you said, "Okay, we're going to get to the edge. It's going to feel like you're just have a butt cheek on the plane just a little bit, but I got you, man." And then we're going to do this ready, set, and then we'll be out. And that was just like the time slowing down, and it was that's how I portrayed it in my video was just like, and when I graded out, the first thought in my head was, "Oh shoot, that was the plane." And then you hit my hand, grab the straps, dummy. Just instinctively reached for it.
It's like, look, listen, you're not gonna catch it. It's going way too
It,
fast.
it was already 10, 15 feet away from me, and it was just instinctive. Oh.
It's not uncommon, and I'll tell you that I was one of these students. I did the kick and chicken. I would kick my legs like I was going somewhere, like there's a dirt below me. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, you're not gonna get any traction, dude. You're just
Yeah, that didn't work well for you, did it, Carlos?
well, eventually it did. I mean, I'm here.
Right,
I was gonna say
Hmm.
you bicycle kick to untwist the lines, right?
Yeah, you bicycle quick.
Mhm.
See, Steve knows. He knows.
May have done it a time or two.
So that was the big clip of everyone's videos put together, and I know I talked about the experience several times in here and there. But what was it like to watching this unhappen and unfold? Steve and Pat, you were on the ground and watching the plane like spiral up for 20 minutes. That was a ride within itself because we were backwards the whole time. All the video I shot and everything, we were backwards. Raven was co-pilot. And we're going to get your perspective in a minute here because that was probably a fun story coming back after everyone was out of the plane. Um, but what was it like seeing all that happen and eventually you're hearing me coming out and yelling on the radio?
Well, luckily there was a pretty good group there on the ground
Mhm.
from Skydive, Alabama,
Mhm.
that because we could listen on the common traffic advisory frequency with our ham handhelds, we were listening for that, and they're like, "Yeah, just look for the drogue chute. You're gonna see other people come out, and then you'll see a drogue come out, and that's your tandem." So we were able to track you that way
That's
because
interesting.
you were the only guys that came out with a little bit of a chute already.
Mhm.
It's like as soon as you popped, you had just a drag coming out.
Uh-huh.
So
Is that's
Even then, it
yeah.
was just like a speck of sand, like put out an arm's length, looking up. You're like, is that them?
yeah,
So is that something the tandems do? They throw their
Yeah.
drogue right away? Because I did see it
Yeah.
in the video. We had it. And I just
Yeah.
didn't know that was the thing.
So drogue fall is required, right? If we didn't have a drogue behind us, we would have been cooking at like 200 miles an hour. and then that opening would have been really spicy, and then we would have gone to our reserve because it would have shredded the parachute.
Oh man.
So drogue fall is required.
But
The early tandems basically had a main parachute to slow them down enough that they could open up the reserve.
mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say, and Carlos, you being in the middle of that, with 180 pounds or 200 pounds hanging on your chest, and
Oh,
then
it don't tickle. It don't
that
tickle.
chute coming out behind you, you're in that
Oh.
shear zone, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you're in the shear zone, and part of training, part of when you get your rating, is that you do a drogeless tandem for all the way down to like 7,000 feet or 8,000 feet. So you leave the airplane at 14, you go drogeless until 8,000, and you set the drogue at 8,000 feet, and you open up at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you're still going plenty fast enough to give you a little whippy opening, and you're like, oh. And your examiner says to you, "Imagine if you hadn't had the drogue."
I was gonna say, hopefully the straps are tight.
Ouch. Ouch. Well, it's preparing you, man. It's all about preparation, I guess. And if that happens, what will happen? But Raven, how was your experience? Because you rode up with us. You saw us all in the back and saw me like just kind of got very, very quiet and untank like.
Yeah, so you got really quiet after you got on the plane. Actually, you were more quiet than I've ever seen you, and I haven't. Even while we were waiting, and then when the bad weather came in, you even got a little more quiet. So, but watching you guys and trying to film from the co-pilot seat. And Carlos and I had talked about this, but I mean, you were just focused straight ahead with your arm on that bar. And I couldn't tell how tight you were holding it until Carlos and I talked later, and he said you were white knuckling that bar. But I mean, I was just trying to get the camera where it needed to be so I could get the exit from the plane. And then coming back down, the pilot, after you guys jumped, 30 seconds later, we dove and banked right so we could come back around to see, and I didn't know he was going to do that, but we came back around so I could get the shot out of the windshield of you guys in the air coming down.
I was looking at a lot of your video, and at times there was a couple of shots I wanted to show, but I couldn't work it in there, and it was kind of a little off in the distance.
Yeah.
I
It was
did
hard
see
to get
it,
you guys.
but you were coming down pretty screaming fast, right? Because we landed, and then I looked over, and y'all were taxiing past my left. And your video of us landing was from the plane's point of view, already just kind of like cruising down the taxiway. I was like, what? How did that happen? We were free falling.
Yeah, I mean, we came down fast, and I mean, for those guys to have to do that all day long, and just imagine what fuel costs are. So they're gonna, they've got to go up and they've got to climb, but I mean, they're gonna come down as fast as they can come down.
They got to descend as fast as possible. Fuel, like
To
time is
reserve
money,
that
and
fuel.
fuel is money.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? The difference between a profitable drop zone and a busted drop zone is 1 load an hour, right? So if you go from 3 loads an hour to 4 loads an hour, you're making money. If you're making 3 loads an hour, you're breaking even. And if you're making 2 loads an hour, you're losing money.
Yeah.
So, and that airplane, the way it sits right now, can barely manage 3 loads an hour.
Really?
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, so they're taking right around 22 minutes to go all the way up, and then it still has to come down.
Yeah, well, we came down in 4 or 5 minutes, if it
So-
was even that.
So
In fact, the pilot looked at me and he said, "Are you ready for this?" I'm like, "Do it, dude."
Get after it.
Vertical? Yes.
Yes. And I mean, we were diving. I probably That's probably the steepest dive I've ever been in a co-pilot's chair and witnessed. Rest of it, I was in the back getting ready to be thrown out. A perfectly good
That's relative.
helicopter at the
It's
time.
safer. It's safer to land under the parachute. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because most of my jumps in the military were at night out of a helicopter. So
Yeah, I'd rather be under the parachute too.
You know, it's just
yeah,
people go, "Why do you jump?" Because the door is open, and I don't want to land with a plane.
right.
But Carlos, isn't that plane certified for beta flight?
I think the PAC 750 is certified for beta, which means it goes straight down if they
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, I mean we were all but vertical.
Yeah. I was gonna say probably close to 8,000 feet a minute descent.
I would, yeah, I'd agree with that, if not better.
So what does
That thing landed quick.
Yeah.
does beta flight mean? We kind of glossed over it, and what does that mean, Carlos?
So it means that they're able to pitch the nose over on the plane, essentially straight down. And what they do is they, instead of the propeller, you can change the pitch and angle of the blades on the propeller. You change the pitch so that instead of it pulling you through the air, it actually pushes you backwards to slow down the airplane's rate of descent. So, and I don't remember, the PAC 750 XL is a beta flight rated plane, and if it's not, they take it really close to the edge of it because basically if it's not straight down, it's almost straight down.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I might have to ride that flight. We get Jason to jump next. I keep telling him he's next. And he keeps raising his subscriber count. It was 200, 250, 500,000. I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
Hey, all I got to do is drop 30 pounds.
Yeah, you know what?
See, there you go, Steve.
We should next time we're in Huntsville do a YouTuber's skydive jump.
My wife would probably encourage throwing me out of an airplane at certain points. So
We're not going to tell
Yeah.
my wife till I get on the ground.
Yeah, at that point they're taking out the extra $1 million in life insurance.
once I get on the ground, she's like, "Dang, almost had my chance."
Lionel says, I wish I had the highlighting highlightable, but it's not working right now. He'll jump right after he gets the XD commander put together.
Oh, well,
So the fifth and never.
so
Got it.
never.
Ooh.
Got it.
I am hoping to have my DX Commander together, up and functional, my 12.4. Not this following weekend because I'm dealing with some property issues, but the weekend after that.
Look who shows up. Ham Radio 2.0 says, I think being in the plane and shooting the video going vertically down will be a thrill enough for me. Come on, man. You're talking about going parasailing or paragliding. This is the same thing, man. You just descend faster. You still under the same, almost different physics of the parachute, but it's still a parachute.
Yeah, paragliding is different because there's no free fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead you're being towed by a boat over shark-infested waters.
If you want to spin it that way, yeah.
Done that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I did that in a storm.
Ooh.
That was fun.
Oh, wow. I bet not.
A little lightning tickle, like, oh wow, what was that buzz? Do it again,
And
do it again.
raindrops, yeah, raindrops at 15, 20 knots hurt.
Well,
Yeah,
talking
it
about
wasn't
rain,
the funnest time, but
the storm opened up when we were there.
Oh,
It was
my
like a
God.
2.5 hour ish, maybe almost 3 hours of like the rain, and Carlos captured it perfectly. I was inside. The rain delay, I was like, I'm sitting around. This is a perfect time for me to edit video. So I had the laptop out. If you think of a YouTuber, it's not a guy walking around doing the selfie stuff the whole time. There it is. It is us sitting in front of the computer and editing. What's up, Don? Man, I see you in there. You're next too. You're on the list of coming down to Huntsville and jumping out of the plane with us. Don't you actually just need to come down.
Joe Brett
Yeah.
put the brackets and
I
the
saw
parachute
it.
in the middle. Just
And we have Mike N8YO. What is up, man?
Hey, Mike.
AKA Flying Tank Catcher. I like his name.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's
Yeah.
all right, man.
That's all right. You're on empties. It's okay.
It's been a busy weekend playing catch up here from being busy last week.
Same here, man. I flew back, and that flight, that's a story on its own right.
Yeah.
I am just gonna say I'm sorry to everyone at Huntsville around Sunday after the YouTubers forum. I rescheduled my flight because they canceled my other one, and I jetted right immediately right after that forum. I wanted to stick around and say hey to everyone, but I had to leave. But next time I'll stick around later. Blame the airlines, the one that kind of goes with Alcohol Anonymous, but I still love them. I still love them.
You mean Southwest Airlines?
Delta.
Blame Shane.
I
Blame
Shane, yes.
I was this close about to call Shane. I'm like, Shane, I need a hookup. I'm stranded.
I gotta get to work, man.
Yes,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. But hey, Mike, man, what was your take of everything? What do you remember? What were your highlights for you? And what were your thoughts?
Oh, that was my main goal Friday was to watch Carlos throw you out at 14,000 feet, and that was mission accomplished. I was sticking around until that was done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it was just a blast. I like we were talking before, but people on the stream probably don't know. I mean, I jumped 15 years ago. I know Steve's jumped a couple times too. Nowhere near Carlos, of course, but watching your reaction when you landed took me back to when I did it, and it really makes me want to do it again.
If you did see there was a second of relief on that video I kept in there. The tank radio was on. We landed. I was like, yeah, and then I was just collapsed right into your chest, man. I was like, ugh.
Basking in the afterglow.
Big spoon, little spoon. Big spoon, little spoon.
It was entirely that. We leave to be back on the ground, but that was so much fun. Yes.
So how do you explain that to your wife, Carlos? You go home and tell her you were spooning other guys all day long?
Pretty much. She knows what I do.
She's the one that got you started in this.
I spoon men and women alike. I'm an equal opportunity spooner.
There you
And he
go.
gets paid well for it.
I wouldn't say well. I get paid, but I wouldn't say well.
Don says, Huntsville, yes. Jump, no. Come on. I want to see if we can
Come on,
get
Don.
that plane packed with YouTubers. That'd be so
Boy,
much
that'd
fun.
be fun, wouldn't it?
Yes.
That would be.
God.
That is going to be my goal. Let's
Do we
see.
just rock, paper, scissors before he gets to go with Carlos?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's done. I called you already. Forever Carlos here.
I hear Tank wants to get his license. That's what I hear.
No.
Oh, there you go.
No, I don't need another expensive hobby. I have too many of those already, and I don't need a fourth. I don't need a fourth.
I don't need a fourth.
Fourth hobby
Just
that
money.
just throw money
Take out a
at.
second mortgage. It'll be okay.
It's just money.
I'm
Yeah.
already looking at replacing my AC unit again. Well, the other one.
Again.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
it's
that
almost
this summer.
winter.
That's a
You
bad
don't need
idea.
it.
The other one. Yeah, did the
upstairs?
downstairs. Did the downstairs last year. Now the upstairs is finicky. That's why the ham shack's not built. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it'd be cheaper in the long run to just go straight for having a pilot's license than to be a skydiver after you get all your gear and everything.
Frank could fly us up.
Yeah.
Nah. Pilot's license is gonna cost you 10 grand, and then,
I was gonna say 10 grand will get you your private.
yeah,
Yeah.
10 grand will get you your private. And
5
then
to 6 for the instrument. Another 4 to 5 for the commercial. Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
then
you're
you
only-
still have to rent a plane.
Yeah, but you're
Mhm.
renting a plane only a couple times a year versus, you skydive a lot. That even having the rate as an individual jumper, I got to imagine that adds up.
$30 a jump.
Yeah.
Cheaper than golf.
Yeah.
This is true.
Really?
Just
Oh, yeah,
less
you know,
beer. That's the only
average
problem.
average green fees are something like what, 70, $80 for greens fees these days.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, it's not cheap.
For a good course.
Don had it. Spoon, parachute, spoon. Only if they could reverse them.
How does that work?
Mm.
I don't know.
I love it. I love it.
Like an airbag going off in between your head. That would not work.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm going to top that video though. I think that's hopefully it's not coming though. That's where Tank, jumped out of a plane versus jumping the Stark.
I still haven't had a chance to see your final version of it, Frank.
Oh,
It's been a bit.
Oh, it's good.
No, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
watch it this
Yeah.
evening. I'm sure it's
It's-
great.
to be
You
honest,
had plenty of footage to choose from.
it was one of my best cut videos. Vern,
Yeah.
thank you
Mhm.
for coming by, man, and hanging out. It was great seeing you, and thank you for coming in the chat, man. That I
He's feeling better.
yes, his surgery did go. He said mostly well.
Mm.
I've spent about I'm gonna say 7 to 9 hours on that video, putting it all together, and it was just everyone's videos was great. But next time we're gonna have to do a time sync with all y'all's timestamps because that was the hardest part. Because Carlos, I think your video was like 5 minutes behind, and everyone's cell phones were pretty much accurate, and all the other stuff were just
Video
kind of
editing.
off. So I had to find, okay, here's the clip here, and now this is where I'm at. Now I need to go back 6-7 minutes to this guy here, and it was just that was the hardest part. It took me 20 minutes sometimes to find the clip I swear I saw. Everyone's making emotes. I love it. I love it. Red Summit, what is the next adventure for Tank Radio? You got me, man. We need to figure something out. We also
Marine
need
Mobile.
yes.
We're gonna go underwater basket weaving.
There you go.
Oh no, my
While
plan
doing
is
a
to
POTA
do...
activation.
I wrote a paper in
Underwater.
college why we should offer a underwater basket weaving course.
What?
Yeah, well, it was for English class. It's like pick a subject, and that's what I picked. Underwater
Alrighty
basket
then.
weaving. It should be a course offered here at UNT. Parachute mobile tops all, I guess. Yeah.
Charlie's right, man. Charlie
Unless
ain't
we can
wrong.
land on a summit while activating.
Wow, that
Mm,
if the summit has a clear landing area, I could put it there. You saw, everybody's asking where are you gonna land? Where are you gonna land? I said, I'm gonna land right next to that flag. Where did I land?
Right next to that flag.
Uh,
I would have loved to have been sitting at that flag to catch the landing, but the drop zone said no.
To be fair, it wasn't the drop zone. It was the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Jason
Skydive
says,
Alabama was very welcoming and very
yes, they were.
Mhm.
very accommodating, I believe is the word we're looking for.
Yes.
Jason says, sync the audio. The audio wasn't the problem. It was timestamps, and everyone's videos were stopping and starting at different places of the event. So trying to find that right clip to put it all together. And then I think I spent another 30 to 40 minutes on the music and sound and getting it cut at right places and dumping the sound so pump up what's going on. It was fun. It was fun. Vern says he might jump next year. Yes.
Let's do it, Vern.
Yes.
I understand Charlie's going to come to Huntsville next year and jump as well.
Really?
Right, Charlie?
Yes.
I think if we seed that information into the internet now and we keep seeding it,
Uh-huh.
he's just not going to have an option about it. He's just going to have it's going to be as if he had said it, and then he's just going to have to commit.
We got to make it
Well,
happen.
There it is. So I think we have a better chance of Jason building the DX commander first. To be totally honest.
Yeah, probably.
brutal.
Probably.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. That
And if Huntsville wasn't good enough this year. Next year, with everybody else showing up, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to have to slow the alcohol intake on Saturday, though.
I disappeared
A little bit.
Saturday.
No idea what you're talking about.
Like 9 o'clock.
I
Yeah,
know
you
what
don't
you're talking
remember
about.
it. That's the problem.
Yes.
Vern.
Remember? No, I don't remember nothing.
Mhm.
Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Vern brought out some great alcohol. I consumed it a little bit too fast, so I went down and ducked down around 9:30. I heard everyone was up way late.
Way late. Yeah.
Some later
Way
than
late.
others.
Some others dipped back into trees. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not sure how I made it to the forum the next morning.
I'm surprised
know-
everyone
Oh,
was
I
there.
didn't.
You woke Kyle up. Ow.
I didn't wake up till like 9:30 that morning, man. Oof.
Ow.
Cause I went downtown after we were done on the mountain. I
Oof.
was like, yeah,
Wow.
they're still open downtown.
What was funny is last year I didn't go at all on Saturday, but I went on Sunday. This year, other way around.
You made it on Sunday, didn't you, Mike?
Not this year.
No?
Charlie says if he doesn't want me to blow chunks on my beard, again, I'll express that you can't do that. Don't worry. Ask Tank.
I was
Charlie-
fine.
Charlie, you cannot. It's not possible. Now, once we land, all bets are off. But until we land,
I was going to say, well, you wear the helmet, so you're covered anyway.
exactly, have a helmet.
Just ask Carlos to land in a puddle. Then there's no evidence.
Just get the tear off,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Just like a race car driver. Just
That's it. Absolutely.
KB5 YVY said, Tank, you didn't make it to the cabins, and that is true. I did not make it to the cabins. There was 2 bottles of awesome whiskey, and I forgot the other gentleman who had the other Irish whiskey that was also very top shelf, very premium, and I appreciate it a lot. Not reading that one. But Huntsville itself, the reason why I like Huntsville so much is it feels like it is a ham fest that we can mingle it's much more open, and unlike Dayton and Orlando, Dayton and Orlando is huge. It's amazing. There's just so many people there. And Huntsville just feels more welcoming and homey. With the only day and a half. Yeah, it was Saturday and Sunday. I just like that feeling. Plus, the youth lounge is amazing and very welcome to families. And that's the why. If you're gonna put something on your Hamfest, it'll be Huntsville.
Yeah.
That's
the
my
AC.
opinion.
Being in the AC all day.
the
Boy, be
AC
in.
doesn't hurt. The AC does
Well,
not hurt
Florida's
at all.
Yeah.
when we're in Orlando, that's only in February. I did the interview with the Orlando guys, and they made it a point. They're like, "Hey, we're in February. It's cool outside. Unlike Dayton, it's almost in the middle of the summer, and you're out there in the 5, 6, 7 buildings they have out there."
Okay. Let's do Orlando in July.
July.
No. No.
I already
You know
hate
how humid it is
Florida.
down there?
I already
Yes,
hate
I
Florida.
do.
Why would
I
I
grew
want
up
to
in
go
Florida.
there in July?
Exactly.
All the times for conventions are fine. If I'm gonna choose one date to move for amateur radio stuff, Summer Field Day. Summer Field Day in Texas is absolutely just painful, excruciatingly hot. It's over 100. It was 102 average.
Just come to Michigan, buddy. It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you just go do summer field day up north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's usually about 75. You'll probably get a little bit of rain, but the temperature is almost always
Oh, I got an idea.
Now, winter field day, different story.
YouTuber's summer field day in Luck, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's invade Luck, Wisconsin. Let's triple its population for a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the 6 of us went, we would triple the population.
And we might actually make 2 meters active.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you
Oh
go.
my God, yeah, right.
I
Where is
activated on 2
Tio?
meters over the weekend, or that
Yes.
weekend. On my I was about to say a Balfang, but it was an Anytone. I should have do on a Balfang next year. That'd be a great short.
Do it.
That would
You
be a
should do it
great
on a
short.
Baofeng on a
So,
half
if-
watt.
Yeah.
Put it on low
Right.
power.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can activate on a half watt.
I'm still
Frank-
waiting on my QSO card for 2 meters. Hint, hint.
Listen, I'm waiting on QSL cards to get here. I ordered them on Monday. They'll be here next week at some point in time, I hope.
Ooh.
I ran out of them at the pavilion on Saturday night. I kept one so I could give it to Pink on Sunday because I knew she was coming on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you were her very first contact ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
you know.
yeah, that's cool.
It's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I have to actually head out. I gotta go make dinner for the family.
All right.
Awesome,
Pat.
man. Thank you for swinging by here. Let
Yep.
me give you the screen like I normally do. Just what's your channel and what you got going on, and just whatever else you want to promote. So go.
Yeah, I'm WA7PBE, POTA by example. Just look me up on YouTube. I'm right there. This evening we just had the Ham Radio Campfire, which switches off between me and Ham Radio Adventure Guy, where we talk about POTA, portable radio, all that kind of good stuff. Also with Mike CU3HY in the Azores. This week I'm gonna be talking about 3D printing a little bit, kind of like a little intro to 3D printing and ham radio, because it's one of my other hobbies that I do as well. And also, I'm going to be talking about a brand new radio I got. You might have seen Josh had it on Friday. I got the full kit, so hopefully I won't break it like he did. So, yeah, I got the S-Bid-X, so I'm going to hook that up, play around with it, maybe do a video on it. It's a really cool radio, it looks like, so I'm excited to get my hands on it. Other than that, it was awesome watching Frank fall out of an airplane at 14,000 feet, and maybe next year I'll take the plunge myself.
Yes.
I want a plane full of YouTubers. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, Pat, and have a good evening, man.
All right, yep, 7-3s to everybody.
7-3, Pat.
Bye.
7-3, Pat.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
So I was going through my QSL cards and I found this one.
Ooh.
What's that one?
I can't
What is that?
see that one.
Huh? What is that?
That looks like a parachute.
Looks.
Does it look like a parachute?
How about a 20-meter parachute mobile?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nice.
That was one of the original designs, wasn't it, Carlos?
Yeah, I've tweaked it a little bit since, and once I have time to tweak it some more, I will. But like literally leaving Huntsville, my brain's like, I gotta get QSL cards ordered, like now because I owe a bunch of them out. So I went ahead and ordered the same design I have that I gave to people at Huntsville.
Yep.
So the batch after that will have different pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Who are you ordering QSL cards through, if you don't mind me asking?
Those were printed through Moo.
Mm-hmm.
Not the cheapest by any means, but the way I see it is I only send QSL cards for Parachute Mobile. And this is a card that I'm pretty sure people are going to keep.
Mhm.
So I'm making a nice card. Most of the time the cards are printed in thin stock and they're flimsy and whatnot. I just don't like that. So I went ahead and I paid for the extra thick card and whatnot. Excuse me.
I had my cards being printed over here by Office Depot, mostly because I'm cheap, and I'm only doing like 20 to 50 at a time. The ones at the Grand Canyon, I want to print like 20 of those because that's pretty much how much I expect to send. I see that, Steve.
I'm not calling out whose card this is,
Uh-huh.
but that was printed on a home printer.
I can tell by the shape of that card whose card it is.
Yes, I'm sure you can, Mike.
You know, the thing is, I don't. You send whatever QSL card you want to send. My thing
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I want to make sure that I'm sending. I'm pretty sure that people are going to want this card and they're going to keep this card, and I'm just going to toss it.
Mhm.
So I want to make it something that's durable and nice and thick.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No,
But
I mean
that-
those are good quality cards.
I'm just trying to find someone that will print the quantities I want because I want to do a one for the Parachute Mobile, but I'm only going to do like 10 of those because I made 6 contacts. I don't
There you
need
go.
a whole
Mhm.
batch of them. But
So you need 7. You need 6 to send out and 1 to keep.
yeah,
That's it.
I agree. Agreed. Gigaparts is also talking about doing QSL cards. They were
They're
showing
already
us.
doing them.
I
Yeah.
think they're doing them already.
And they've got some pretty cool ideas on what they can do.
Yes. Yes. So I might reach out.
The foil card with the tank in it would be really
I'm
just
already
absolutely
thinking
amazing.
about that. Already
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about that.
I know,
Jeez,
Carlos.
right?
QSL cards are for the fan service. I like to do.
Mhm.
So the money on them it doesn't mean a thing to me. I want to make them nice.
I'm just thinking foil. Woo.
Mhm.
I don't have it here because I'm not in my office, but I got a card from a guy that
guy, you say?
I legitimately went, okay, I need to know A, who designed your card, and B, where you printed it, because I'm having mine done by whomever designed it and whomever printed it. And he said,
Mhm.
it was one of my students when I was teaching in college, and I don't know who printed it. And I'm like,
Oh.
Oh.
No.
this card was double the thickness of the one that I gave you guys,
Wow.
right?
Really?
Double that thickness. And the design on it, this guy is into working satellites.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm.
And the design on it was done, basically he told his student was also a graphic designer. He said, I'll hire you to do this. He says, this is what I want. This is what I'm into. And she designed him the most amazing QSL card I have ever seen. And it's all silhouetted with color gradients that look right. It's not the cheesy 1980s gradient, it is beautifully done. But he can't tell me where the student's at to design. I would pay her
Mhm.
to design it for me, and he can't tell me who printed it. So the closest I came to is finding Moo has a postcard that is heavy duty and has a colored edge. And I thought, well, if I design something halfway decent for the front and the back, I can print it on that, and then I'll use that as my QSL card later on.
Mhm.
Well, I like doing thumbnails, so designing it wasn't that bad. It's just finding somewhere to print it where you think it does it justice, and the low quantities that I want is the hard part. But hey, that's what I want. So what else what else do y'all remember? Something stuck out at Huntsville other than I didn't scream like a girl. Hey, that's checked off the list.
Mhm.
I did. Oh man, what stuck out in Huntsville?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say probably Digital Rancher's shirt was
Yes.
the thing that stuck out to me.
Yes,
He
that
had-
was really clever.
He had
That
a
was really clever.
QR code on the back that when
Mhm.
you scanned it, it sent you an email saying we made an eyeball QSO.
I scanned it on
cool.
his phone. He was telling me that a day before he wore that shirt. That's a good idea.
Interesting.
And
What
of
else?
course,
What
there
else?
goes Ham Alert.
Mm-hmm.
Ham Radio Adventure guys out in the park. Go figure.
Mhm.
James at a park?
Mm.
That's a
No.
first.
Mm.
Yeah.
What part of 40 meters is he on?
Let's see.
Wow.
Oh,
Brutal.
no. 7,250.
40 meters.
40 meters. Spot on.
Nice.
So, and apparently my trigger's not working because it sent me the same alert 6 minutes ago. I had a limit set up on him for good reason.
I got to tell you, Steve, I used your video to set up some alerts for the states that I'm missing on Parks on the Air. And those states are a lot more active than I thought they were. The
You're
problem is me hearing them. I'm not hearing them. To the point where I spent half the afternoon. So before I was in the interview with Larry, I was messing around with antennas. After the interview with Larry, I was messing around with antennas. I was messing around with antennas until about 10 minutes before I joined this Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to improve my setup so that I can get these states.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to doing that once I get my
Ah.
ham shack up.
I have now worked all 50 states and DC
What?
on the 7100.
Wow.
So
Bravo.
That's awesome.
as soon as I got the last state, I hooked up the 7610.
I'm
So-
surprised you had the discipline to wait that long.
I was at work all week. So
I mean, I got home stupid tired. And I went to sleep pretty like I got home, took a shower, went to sleep. As soon as I woke up, first thing I did is I made a beeline for the garage and set up the radio, set up the set at 7300. Like it's
Mhm.
done.
I pulled out the laptop and continued to edit.
Oh.
Priorities, Tank, priorities.
I edited on the
No.
plane.
YouTube
and
will wait.
I got home at about 11 o'clock that night.
ooh.
I achieved my goal.
I knew it was gonna be a late night. And I was at work 8 hours later.
Nice.
Wow.
Same here.
Yeah, I got home about, I don't know, about 11:30 or so, and I mean, just fighting rain for 2.5, 3 hours coming south. Was, and it was downpouring rain like it was at the airport that day.
That rain was no joke.
No, I mean it literally was not. I could not see my my hood on my Jeep. A couple of times I thought I was going to pull over, but I was like, no, let's just push on and maybe I can get south of it before the sun goes down. And which I
avoided
eventually did when I got to Interstate 10.
That
We avoided the worst of it in Huntsville
Yeah.
just because of the jump.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying home, my first flight at 7 was canceled, and I didn't know about that until like 10 minutes before our panel. And the whole time I was poking my phone trying to figure out what I was going to do. So if I looked a little distracted, sorry, I kind of was. But then I finally got on that flight at 3, and that's why I jetted right immediately after the panel. I had to run to the airport. I got there, and then they delayed the plane for 3 hours because of weather in Dallas.
Fun.
So in the end, I almost took off at the same time I was supposed to originally.
Just wow.
Yeah, but hey, I literally worked on the videos. I got my video out for Huntsville Hamfest Monday, and right on the Monday which I wanted to, and I rendered that, I think, Sunday night. And the rest of the time I was working on the jump video. That was too much fun. That was too much fun to put together.
I mean, the jump video. So for me, I'm used to jump videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think of how do I edit this and make it different than what I'm used to making? How do I edit this and make it fresh? And I haven't thought of a good way yet. So that's my delay on my edit of your video.
Oh.
So I'm trying to come up with a novel way of presenting the fact that I threw Tank out of an airplane.
Oh,
Do you want the? I can.
you know what you do?
set up a share and
Carlos?
share all the videos. I
Yeah,
had.
absolutely. I would if everybody's okay with me having their video, I'll absolutely take that because
Yeah,
it gives
no.
me more. It gives me more angles to pull from.
Yeah, no. But you know what you do though is next time you jump, I don't know if this is legal or not, but go get a toy tank from the party stores. Really, and push it out the door. That would be an awesome intro for the video.
I threw Tank out of an
And also-
airplane.
You
Yes.
probably would make more noise than Frank did too.
Probably how much of a crater.
Yeah, Frank was quiet.
How much of a
Frank-
crater would that toy make?
It depends on the weight. If I get a foam one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I
Think
won't
you
be
had a foam
quiet
one
next time. I'll be knowing what I'm expecting and going to be in for.
he says that now, and then next time he's gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
"It's happening again."
Why did I do this? No, it was amazing. I
Good, man.
I
Good.
loved it. I loved every moment of it. We got 5 minutes until the top of the hour. Jason says he's going to be streaming or doing something from the road. So I like to go around the horn here and just give everyone a chance to say what's going on in their channel, what's coming up, and anything else you want to promote. So first up, Raven, what is going on over on your channel?
So I've got lots and lots of video. It's a learning curve for me to move into the editing process, so I'm working on that. I am still hoping to have my first video up by the second week in September, and then multiples thereafter. But making the jump from what I do for a living in the real world to videoing and video editing, I've got a creative mind, but translating that into the keyboard is like I said, a challenge for me. But next up in the ham radio world, to finish that DX Commander build, and then to get all the stuff that I bought in Huntsville into my Jeep and operational.
Ooh, that would be fun.
There you go.
That'd be a good video. Up next, Carlos. Carlos, my man, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
It's live at Terminal Velocity Radio. Let's see. I have my Parachute Mobile Jump coming out next week. I think I'm going to publish that on Thursday. At least that's what I told my patrons. So I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I'm also going to make a couple of technical videos. There was some confusion at Huntsville as to when we were jumping and as to when I was jumping and doing Parachute Mobile. So I'm going to make a video. I've actually shot the video already, just haven't edited it, on how to read the departures board and on how to read the ADSB tracker so you know when I'm leaving the airplane. Other than that, I also have tons of video that I took on the way down, on the way up, that I haven't even started to edit yet, but hopefully that'll come up in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And you caught me trying to get something else. I wasn't ready. Go back to the gallery. And Mike, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Anyone that you want to promote?
No, I'm just here to support my buddies.
Yeah, rating radio.
Yeah. I don't have an active channel. I just show up on your guys' videos. As far as things in the hobby I'm doing, I kind of went a little light on what I spent at Huntsville, because next year I'm just going to copy Steve's idea and put a tower in, since I finally figured out my job situation. I'm staying in my house for a while, years for foreseeable future. So I'm going to make a tower happen finally, because I've been putting that off. So that's going to be a next year project, but I'm starting to get ideas and scope out what I want to get. So,
Awesome.
that's
Well,
for me.
put some videos up there. Just a couple of them.
Dude, I'm an engineer, man. They just come off as PowerPoints. It'd be dry. I don't have your charisma.
Well, we'll love to have you on and talk about it. Let's do that one.
Absolutely.
Last but not least, one of my own tank commanders, Steve, man, what do you got going on?
So I've actually recorded some videos that I'm working on editing now, with D-Star stuff, the 7610 install, my receive loop, and building the step IR. And this coming weekend, I will actually be at the Shelby Hamfest, and I'll get some video from that one. That is the granddaddy of Hamfest, according to them.
Ooh.
So, little unknown place, but right outside Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm headed up there. So
Awesome.
I may live stream if my phone plays nice, but otherwise I'll just have video.
Well, thank you for joining. Carlos, is an idea. Little toy tanks. Well, I wish they were tanks. Parachute army men.
Parachute is
That's what I was thinking, was put a parachute on the tank and
Yes.
launch it off the airplane.
Well, thank you all for joining me and talking about this life-changing goal I had for the longest time, a thing I checked off my bucket list, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. And Carlos, You're my man, and thank you for doing it with me and keeping me safe after all that fun free fall.
Glad to do so. Glad to do so.
And putting a radio in my hand. I everyone was kind of like, Carlos has something for you. Jason at Gigaparts hinted he's gonna have something cool for you, and I completely forgot about it in the whole free fall. But then that was so much fun. But thank y'all for joining, and thank y'all for coming on and hanging out with us tonight. Jason's gonna be streaming here in a minute. Steve has already shared that link out to us.
Actually, that was my link, but
Oh yes, well, that works too. Click that one too. Click
let me
that one
grab
too.
Jason's and I'll get that.
I
shared
don't
out.
I don't know if he's started streaming yet. He probably has 7
Yep.
something or other.
There
Yeah,
we go.
we'll-
There's
we'll-
his link.
We're about to end it here. Thank you to
Kerchuk the like before you go. Kerchuk the like.
yes. Thank you to my supporters both on Patreon and YouTube now. I opened up the YouTube memberships, so you can go ahead and click that join button if you want and become a member. And there's a video that tells you everything about all the tiers. The same as Patreon. I kept it easy. And I think that's going to be it. So to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.